In this method, we will walk through measuring an onboard sail image, and this method will be the same whether it's taken for a headsail or a mainsail. So once you've opened your onboard image, head on over to the Edit tab and select the onboard sail scene from the Scene drop-down menu. Also be sure to select the correct sail in the image, and this is really important because this will auto-import the draft stripes that you've entered in your sail inventory for this specific sail. So once you've done this, head on over to the Measure tab, and on the Measure tab you'll notice that there are a few pre-populated items that we need to draw onto the image. And the most important ones that we'll use today are the twist reference and then the draft stripes. Now I'm going to start by placing a twist reference, but what I like to do to help myself out here is draw a straight line reference. So I'm just going to put a new line here, and I've labeled it straight, but you can name it whatever you'd like. And I'm going to place this first starting point for this straight line reference at the very top of the headstay. I'm going to zoom out, holding the Shift key while I pan with my mouse. I'll place the other point here. So now zooming back out, now I have a straight line reference. So this will make it much simpler and easy for me to place an accurate twist reference. So to do this, I'll select twist reference. You'll notice it's highlighted in blue. My plus button here is still highlighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the top spreader here, but you could certainly use the second spreader here if you had the full mast in view. So I'm going to select the center of the rig. And now this spreader is located just above the top trim stripe, so I will zoom in even more. And I'm going to place this, to the best of my ability, right here, connecting to that straight line. All right, now that I've done that, I'm ready to drop in the points for my 3 draft stripes. So I'll start with stripe 1. So again, make sure this is selected in blue. And now I'm going to drop a few points on the image. You should really only need 3 or 4. And make sure that you start from the luff back to the leech. So the arrow should be kind of in the direction of the wind direction. So I'm just going to drag around the bezel curves to get this line to line up the way I want it to. And you can experiment and figure out what number of dots makes the best sense for your sail. Some may need more than others, depending on the shape of the sail. But most of them should work with 3 or 4, even on a sail this big. So again, I'm holding the Shift key as I hold down the trackpad so I can pan around the image. All right, I'm pretty happy with that for now, but you might want to spend a little more time tweaking that. I'm just going to repeat this process for stripes 2 and 3. So I'm going to zoom in while holding the Shift key, place a point there, place a point there, place a point on the leech. Adjust these. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to do this pretty roughly, but it shouldn't take much longer to get it to be as precise as you would need. Move on up to trim stripe number 3. Again, really should only need about 3, but you can add as many of these points as you'd like. If the sail's backwinding, for instance, in the luff, you may need an additional point or 2 up at the luff to capture that. All right, I'm going to zoom out and just quickly check and make sure this looks roughly good. And I'm pretty happy with that for now. So I'm just going to hit save. And then I can go view my results.